these videos, who's going to meet with him first?
It's true.
That's true.
Right, yeah.
This is
Katie.
This is Katie.
Every time you should say something different about her. She is a nursing student going to Yale.
We laugh because we're like, no, that's not true. That's true.
Not true at all.
She's like, okay.
Right?
Okay.
She likes biology, no one.
You should like switch in random like other people for Katie every video.
Yes, yes. Alright.
Okay. So, is it you?
I feel like that was
I'll be-
Amanda was just like, 3, 2, 1, let's go!
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little confused as well. But I'm not gonna
Why?
Confused about what?
Well, no, 'cause, man, I went first, so now I'm in a different, like, boat, so I'm not really
Right.
sure. It's
I'm
different.
so confused.
You're still confused, but, like,
What is everybody confused about?
I didn't know who was going to be facilitating this time. And I feel like we're trying to be really focused, which
Starting with that starting. Who cares?
so yeah, and then we just started talking and it got carried off, so it's just like,
Yeah.
it flowed
Well, we were
pretty
talking
well.
about our nursing student friend.
She's really smart.
She is really smart.
Um,
Yes, you
Now it just turns into us. And she's just so pretty. That'd be the worst, best group ever. Like, best for us, worst for Katie, I bet.
She doesn't.
He doesn't even know her. She doesn't even go here.
He's gonna see her now walking, like, across campus one day and be like, that's that nursing student. No, she went to Yale.
I've only seen his face once, so I don't even know what he looks like to be
He's really tall.
Tall, he's like, poofy hair. Big
It's
blue
usually tucked into his jeans.
That was
It's always strange to me that it's tucked in.
Sometimes a vest.
Oh, it's a bit of
Yeah, he
But then he'll take it off partway through.
This is gonna be super awkward.
Yeah.
We were all talking about how
Please
he's
tell us
dressed.
how this goes.
Okay.
So groups.
You just got so groups.
Well, what are we talking about for this one?
We can talk about anything we want to. About groups, I mean. Like, I know we mentioned before about, like, mutual aid, how, like,
Yeah.
with, like, the group, and, like, in this case, like, it works out pretty well, where we're all gonna, like, help out each other and, like, talk to each other. So, like, honestly, like, we don't need, like, that facilitator role that's, like, so typical that we think of.
Yeah.
But, like,
I like it.
I like to throwback to, like, throwback. I don't know why I said that.
TBT.
I like to think about, like, our groups that we sit in, like, our substance abuse that we sit in, and, like, it's really only during, like, the one section, like, the burning topics in the beginning, when they talk about, like, a lot of people have questions about, like, their medicine, and questions about, like, reactions to things, and, like, how long this should take, and, like, questions that only other people going through their situation would know. So that's, like, their time, and it's, like, we just sit back
Yeah.
and let them just talk, and they're like, oh, I was on that medicine a while ago, and I felt like this, you're going to go through this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like X, Y, and Z. Whereas, like, the facilitator just, like, sits back and is like, I cannot even help in this situation.
Yeah.
But then it's like when we take over, where it's like, this is kind of like our show, and we're going to, like, dictate where things go from here, and it's really hard for them to, like, mutual aid from that, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Well, even when
in a situation.
one of our clients does try to, like, interact, a lot of the guys, like, kind of bully him. So that's also uncomfortable because you don't want to draw attention to it as the facilitator, but you're also listening to a bunch of, like, grown men bully another grown man.
Yeah, who just, like, wants to put in his, like, 2 cents, and, like, sometimes it's helpful. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's, like, good words he's, like, putting out there. Sometimes it's not, but, like, a
It's
lot
the
of
one
stuff, like,
getting
I
catfished.
say, sometimes
Yeah.
isn't always the right thing to say, or the best
Yeah.
thing to say, but, like, if it's what I feel, I'm going to say it, especially in a group. He feels safe, he's going to open up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not step in when other people are
Right. Like how can
talking
you?
over him? Like, why wouldn't you do that?
It's mostly not wanting to bring attention to everyone else in the group. That, like, stopping the group, drawing focus to that one situation.
Yeah.
And that's something that we struggle with. I just kicked you. A lot. Because as much as you want to stop it, it's something that, like, say, after group, we could bring the individuals aside and be like, hey, that's not really appropriate. We don't do that. We couldn't really do it. But it's just rather than stopping the entire group being like, oh, well, Katie, I heard what you just said about Amanda. that's not appropriate. Because think about how uncomfortable then
Yeah.
everyone would be.
And Amanda would
Well,
feel.
Especially
Yeah.
Amanda, because I'm honestly sure that Amanda in this case, in this
Yeah.
situation, is unaware
Yes.
that it's going on.
Oh, he's over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Well,
male Amanda's not aware,
Amanda.
but
Well, I mean,
Amanda.
like, I mean,
So it's
maybe-
tough.
Isn't there a way that you can kind of address the situation without calling out immediately what's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah,
Like saying,
We
like
try to
saying,
limit like
what
side
about-
conversations
Yeah.
and like our
Right.
supervisor,
Well, yeah.
facilitator would just be like one person speak at a time,
Yeah.
so like they
Yeah.
won't interrupt anymore, and like, but it's like constant.
Yeah.
Or
But it's
like,
in and out of group. It's just like it happens to like he speaks a lot in group, like this one guy. So it's like it happens that like they're
mm,
stuck in that room, but there's also like anywhere from 8 to 16 people in that
Yeah.
room. So it's
so they
really
talk to them
difficult.
to like just get their views in
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they don't feel
Well,
like
also
they're
just not to
being
hear
heard.
him talk.
Or just to
Because
Yeah.
he's a constant, every other thing the facilitator says, he like
talks.
he
adds
will,
in
he will.
something.
He'll
Yeah.
He doesn't have a
like what
filter.
I'm doing right now. You won't
Yeah.
even notice.
Is there any way then maybe you can try to get him, I don't know, to talk less, maybe?
That's tough.
Because
Yeah,
then,
that-
I know.
that
In a
doesn't
sense,
really
like I
happen.
don't meet with him one on one
I do.
as Molly does,
Yeah.
but like he wants to. His dreams right now are that I'm aware of is that he wants to be like in psychology. He wants
He
to
wants to be a
learn. He wants to be a
He's
therapist.
all
You
in
can't talk over
when
people
group
when
time
he's
comes
there.
True. But a lot of stuff he's saying is
Yeah.
like, really important.
Yeah.
Like stuff he says, I'm even sitting there and I'm just like,
listening.
you know what? Like
Yeah.
he's
just like-
trying. He's doing really well. Like good for you. And like you want to like support him at the same time. And it's like I don't want to bring him down just to get other people to stop making fun of him
Yeah.
Yeah. So why do you think they make fun of him though?
because he's
He's
annoying
annoying.
as hell.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't know
Yeah.
when is like it's gonna sound horrible because he just said and I'm not gonna get him to shut up, but like he doesn't know like when to stop talking, what's his place.
He doesn't understand social cues at
Social
all.
cues are lost on
Do
him.
you know if he's
Completely.
diagnosed with anything?
Everything.
Probably
Everything.
a
Yeah.
lot of things.
Like, he definitely has some sort of like manic depressive something going on. He takes a boatload of medications. He also has brain damage from doing hardcore drugs. It's a boatload of stuff mixed in. He takes a lot of medication for depression, for anxiety. He takes his HIV medication. He had to take Hep C medication. All of that mixes with him while he also sometimes will like drink or relapse and do drugs.
Yeah.
So he's just
He has a lot.
yeah. So it's also hard because he lives in the house. So some of the guys, especially the ones that are on house arrest or like house restriction right now, they're stuck with each other for 24 hours.
Yeah.
The only time they like don't see each other is when they're asleep, or like when they like go to their individual sessions with us, and that's it.
But it's like days on days on days. Like if
Yeah.
the 5 of us were together 24
So, like,
hours a day,
many-
7 days
Yeah.
a week, except for maybe like 1 or 2 hours of that week.
And Chucky was just nonstop talking the entire time about most of the time nonsense.
But yeah, but most of the time like stuff like no one else cares about.
Or like his goals of being a therapist. So eventually we're like, we get it. You're gonna go to school. But like it's an unrealistic goal also.
Yeah.
To an extent. So
It's like a tough situation.
Sounds like it.
To
That must
deal
be
with.
difficult to deal with as his sort of clinician.
yeah.
You know, to like watch that happen before you know what you think is the realistic side of like what's gonna actually happen with him.
Well that's
Yeah.
he's
But
the
how do
one
you-
being
how do you
catfished
navigate
right
that?
now.
Yeah.
He's the one who already more than likely racked up all of his credit because all he does is spend money on apps. Like he puts money on like these pool games that he plays. Yeah, it's just he's so delusional about how the real world works.
It's really hard to watch.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, there's that part of you that's like, well, he's a grown man. He's 45. He should understand how the world works.
He's also terribly sick.
Yeah,
Right.
well,
Yeah.
exactly,
Like
exactly.
he won't ever be
No.
able to understand how the
Right.
world
Right.
He's
So
more than
that's
likely
the-
never going to be able to live on his own.
Yeah.
He lives in our house.
Mm.
He won't more than likely be able to get his driver's license back because of all of the medication he's on. He also does methadone, so most of the time he's just completely like out of it in the morning. So things are hard when he gets really like, if there's too many people in a room, he gets really, really anxious, and he starts to get even like more weird. Like,
yeah. Which is the first time I noticed this was when like there was a lot of people came to group one day because it's just an open group. It's not like limited to just 7 people. It's just you know when it is, you can come if you want to.
Yeah.
But a lot of people came, and he like usually sits right at the table. He's ready to go. Like he's in it to
head
win
of the
it.
table.
Yeah, he really will. And then out of nowhere, he just like gets up and like drags his chair like over to the door. So like the group is here, and like I won't even step out in this video. He will sit over here in his chair and like still put in his 2 cents like when he wants to, and he still like participates as much as he can. But he's so like consumed by how many people are in there, like he can't physically be there. Which is crazy. Like,
that sounds so different.
Half of my heart is breaking for this man, and then half of my heart is just like,
You want to shake him.
yeah, you kind of just want to be like, wake up,
Yeah.
look around, like, help yourself. But like,
Incredibly hard and challenging.
Yeah.
any thoughts? Anyone?
Other
than just like we're challenged.
I mean, I think one thought I had when you guys
I meant it, but
Wait, did I challenge you? What? Wait, what happened?
no, you didn't challenge us. You said like, oh, that's challenging. So
Oh,
we get it.
Yeah,
We're
like,
challenged,
feeling
but
like it's challenging.
I was like,
Yeah.
maybe I'm losing groups.
I think
but
And
you
then you
are.
Maybe I'm
You realize this one day when you're in a group and you do something, you're like, oh my gosh, that night at Chucky's house. Groups.
You'll just whisper under your breath, just
So, maybe, yeah.
facilitator.
I feel like you're gonna say something, and we just kept talking.
yes, I was. So when I was hearing about you guys talking about how he'll dominate the conversation, I thought about in class we talked about the person who does that as a way to deflect from the conversation of getting too deep for them. So it's a way of, it's like one of their defense mechanisms.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like if I control this conversation and keep everything superficial, then no one can ask me or go deeper. Or
He has said to me, because the group we sit in on is a substance abuse group, and something he said to me during the individual is that it's not beneficial for him to be there if everyone's talking about what their triggers are, a possibility of something triggering you, what causes someone to relapse. He's like, that's what triggers me. Constantly thinking about substances is what triggers me. So I
That
think
makes sense, though.
that's a
Yeah.
really good point. So he does try to deflect, so he, like, we won't be talking about the topic of the day, so that, you know, sometimes we do spend the entire day just doing burning issues,
Yeah.
because then they don't have to talk about, you know, relapse again for the 100th time, and I think that makes a lot of sense.
It's like, what's like a safe topic to talk about?
Yeah.
I wonder if it'd be like useful to, because you guys have such big groups, like 16 people is like double what your group is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Huge.
So if it'd be useful to like split up and people who genuinely like feel triggered by talking about triggers,
Yeah.
doing like more about burning topics this day, but people
Yeah.
who do feel better when they're talking about their triggers, going in the triggers group, like.
We discussed that. The main facilitator has made comments to the director of behavioral health and the CEO, executive director, whatever her title is, about the fact that when there is so many people in the group, it's not beneficial to anyone to have it. It just becomes social hour for them. They don't talk about what the actual topic is, and most of the time they create subgroups and leave people out. So it's not beneficial to anyone.
Right. Yeah.
It's great for like studying wise. Like
Yeah.
we learn a lot when that happens.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So we're about to have our timer now.
Wow, that was fast.
So,
Yeah.
how was this, guys?
I liked it. I hope you guys liked it.
I feel like we dominated a lot,
I'm so sorry.
which we tend to do.
I'm
anyway,
sorry.
But
It's
That's
okay.
against
It's
you.
okay.
They were like asking questions.
Exactly. I was like, I've got no questions. I know this guy. I've heard their groups. Like, I'm in your class. I get it.
Right? Turns out we know about each other.
Yeah.
So it's like so much. You're just like, oh, I know this. Like, I feel like you would see this guy walking down the street and be like,
But that's it.
You-
You're getting catfished, aren't you?
you don't
I know
want
you.
to.
How you doing?